Hello friends, Matt here with Donut Requiescat. First I want to invite you all to check out my new book, The Fool's Errand, which is a brief informal introduction to philosophy for Catholics. To start off today, we're talking about the origin of the religion versus science conflict. Where did this idea come from? And to start off, I want to sing a song. Just go with me for a minute. I'm going to start singing this song, and then I want you to finish it. All right, so I'm going to gesture to you and I want you to finish. Ready? So, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Right, so I don't know whose birthday it is. My daughter Claire's birthday is coming up, so we can say happy birthday, Claire. But the fact is, you're able to finish the song. I know that song, you know that song. And if I asked you who was the first person that taught you that song, could you say, oh yeah, this is the very first person who taught me that song? And then, have you heard that song or learned it from other people since then? Yeah, right. I mean, that's a song that everybody just knows. Everybody just knows the happy birthday song. In society today, we have this idea that science and religion conflict. Who was the first one to tell us that? We don't know. Has that idea been reinforced in us? The same way the happy birthday song is being reinforced in us. Yeah, everybody just knows that. Everybody just knows that science and religion conflict with one another. Right? But the fact is, that idea that science and religion conflict hasn't always been the case. In fact, the idea comes from the end of the 1800s. That idea that science and religion are somehow in this battle with one another was invented by two authors. First one, John William Draper, and the other one is Andrew Dickson White. Andrew Dickson White was the first president of Cornell University. And they both wrote books about the warfare or the conflict between science and theology, or between science and religion. And according to historians, these books are some of the worst history you will ever read. And they've since been disproven, time and time again. One scholar, I highly recommend that you listen to or watch these lectures on science and religion by Lawrence Principe. He says that John William Draper's book in particular is so bad, he has a hard time even picking out anything to show to his students in his history of science classes. However, at the time, there was a very strong anti-Catholic sentiment, and these books in particular go after Catholicism. And because of the strong anti-Catholic sentiment in America, people read these books like crazy. They were bestsellers. And so the ideas and the fundamental understanding of science versus religion was embedded in the minds of the readers and have just been handed down ever since. One classic example, this idea originated in Andrew Dickson White's book, that everybody used to think the earth was flat and Columbus proved them wrong. That story is a complete fable. It's not true at all. If you read anything from ancient Greece, from the Middle Ages in Europe, they knew that the earth was a sphere. But just like the happy birthday song, everybody knows that they thought the earth was flat and Columbus proved them wrong. But it's a fable. Everybody at that time in the Middle Ages, they knew that the earth was a sphere. But today, everybody knows, right? But what everybody knows is simply not the case. It's not true. And so historians now agree, and philosophers generally agree, that the science versus religion conflict model is simply not true. There is no fundamental divide between science and religion. There are some vocal atheists who, in the name of science, perpetuate this myth, but there's not a strong historical basis for it. And there are some vocal religionists who are opposed to some scientific ideas, but they are a vocal minority on either side. At the fundamental basis of what science is, and at the fundamental basis of what religion and good theology is, there is no necessary divide. And so, where did this idea originate, that science and religion conflict? Very simply, at the end of the 1800s, it was invented. So I hope this video was informational for you. Please subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.